All right, let's talk about valuation, the CMA or Comparative Market Analysis. This is not an appraisal. An appraisal is done by your lender as part of the loan approval process. This is about determining the potential selling price of your home. Now, admittedly, I prefer to look at more data rather than less. Not all data points are created equal, and some are just flat out wrong, to be honest with you. Before we dive into this example, you might be the type of person that just wants to know the number. Just give me the bottom line number. Fine by me. Fast forward this video about 2 minutes and you'll get that answer. But for the rest of you, stick with me and you'll at least see the kind of work that goes into providing this sort of analysis. So I'm going to step over the side here and these things are going to pop up on your screen. In this particular case, it was a 3,631 square foot, 4-bedroom home. And I considered 7 different data points, each one of them backed up by even more data. Now you'll notice that initially there was really quite a large range to begin with, anywhere from 505 up to 703,000. But let's dig into this and you'll begin to see how we arrived at the right number. Data points 1 and 2, well, they're local and national tools. They're based on historical data but have some forward-looking estimates in them. The first one, it's an outlier, obviously on the high side, and I found it to be incorrect. It considered this a lakefront home. It does back up to a city park, and while the park is very nice, it's not exactly lakefront. And so this is a good example of bad data, and if you didn't know it was bad, you might have priced your home too high. The next one is InfoSparks. I really like this. It's local and very reliably fact-based. Often you can, dive in by zip code, by county, even by neighborhood. You'll get a really good view of some large market dynamics that should be considered. All right, Zillow. Why is Zillow on here? Hey, most realtors are going to agree that it's really not the most reliable data source, but everybody looks at it. So it's important to know what most buyers are going to have in mind as they start to consider your home. In this case, it's too low. Zillow didn't capture that there was a 4th bedroom that had been added in the last couple of years. But again, it's what other people are going to see. And so it's, really important to know, what Zillow has to say about your home. All right, honestly, nothing beats your local MLS. And that's, provided to you by your realtor. That said, it's an enormous database, and so it's really important to know how to query it. I often take several different views of the MLS data, and in this case, I did. Line 5, you'll see this is sold homes in the last 60 days within a few miles, and mostly, similar specs. Then I zeroed in a little bit to also look at homes sold in the last, say, 60 days. You can go 90 days. But with a really close match in terms of specifications to this particular home. And then in line 7, very similar to line 6, but this data point represented homes that are on the market now, because a lot can happen in the last, in the last 60 days or so. So ultimately, this homeowner decided to list their home at $600,000 even. It was every bit as nice as the other homes that are on the market now, and with far more buyers than homes, and with the market on the rise, they're hoping to capture the rising averages that we talked about in episode 1. So without that last cut of data, these homeowners might have missed out on that opportunity. All right, next up is the seller's net proceeds tool. You'll see how we take the valuation work we just did here and then put that into some what-if scenarios for you.